Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyanI, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 267 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. And I also gotta say, I'm sorry if I sound really bad. I'm very sick right now, but the modding train never stops. But like always, before we jump into them, I just want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with GamerSupps, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description where you can go to their store page, and you can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your purchases. I also want to say, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any brand new mods each and every single week. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods, and starting us off we have a simple animation mod called Improved Potion Animations. Now the mod page reads that this is an improved and expanded version of Manaflow's Potions Animated. This mod plays a short animation whenever you drink a potion or beverage, and it's far more believable than quaffing potions instantly, and the improvements over the original mod include first person and third person animations now take up the same amount of time, which is just under 4 seconds. Drinking potions also no longer forces you out of the inventory, but rather cues animations to play when you return to normal gameplay. And also, the weapon on your back can no longer become visible during the first person animation, so there isn't no clipping. Now like I said, this is just a very simple mod that adds a nice little realistic animation whenever you drink a potion, and it also keeps it so you can't just potion spam, so if you're in the middle of combat you can't just be scarfing down health potions, you'll have to have a little bit of strategy to it, and I really like that aspect of this mod. So if you're looking for a brand new animation mod that's very low in memory space and just makes it so that whenever you drink potions you have a unique animation for it, then the Improved Potion Animation mod is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out, so go download it and add it to your load order as well. Coming in at the number 4 spot this week, we have a brand new Evil Mage player home called Bonehawk Prison, Death Knight and Necromancer player home. Now the mod page reads that this mod was actually inspired by another player home called The Legend of the Eagle's Nest, and it always appealed to the mod creator with its solitude, fantastic view, incredible design, and creativity on display. However, they always felt that the decor and overall feel of the place were made more for a warrior or even a rogue, rather than a magic-oriented character which the mod creator tends to play. And this is where the idea of this mod was born. The mod creator intended to create an isolated Nord fort where a dark mage could practice his art in relative peace. Now when it comes to the actual player home itself, it actually accommodates both warriors and mages in terms of furnishings and crafting stations, and is not as dark and over the top as some other mods that focus on dark characters. And as long as you can stomach a bit of creative bone reassembly, you should feel right at home with this player home mod. The interiors of this player home are split into 2 main living spaces, a tower and a keep, guard quarters, and a jail. The home is completely unoccupied aside from your pet, and there's also a side tunnel which has an entrance to the home and leads to the top of Mount Anthor, where you'll find the keep. The exterior has defendable walls, and it should be possible for dragons to land and bug you, so they suggest raising an army with Ordinator, Path of Sorcery, Dark Arts, or Undead Guardians. Now it's not a huge player home in terms of interiors, but they've tried to add a level of charm, as well as a background story to it to make you feel more immersed, and they hope you enjoy it today. Whenever it comes to the things that you can use within the player home, you have a tanning rack, workbench, smithy, whetstone, and cooking pot, custom enchanting and alchemy workbenches, a living space with 2 beds and 2 chairs in front of a fireplace, a new spell to use, as well as 3 weapons, including a staff, dagger, and sword, a Draugr hound pet. You also have some background lore for the keep so that you can get a feel for the place, 3 mannequins, 6 animated bookshelves, and enough storage space to pack so many supplies that could last you a Fallout winter. And as you can see, as I'm flying around the player home here, I really like the looks of this. You know, it's very compact, everything is nice and close together. There's a couple loading doors to get you to different locations throughout the house, and the mod creator was right. There is a lot of charm behind this, and I like the little lore pieces that they've left behind for us to pick up, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 4 spot this week. So if you're looking for a brand new mage player home, then the Bonehawk Prison, Death Knight, and Player Home is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out, so go download it and become its proud new owner. Coming in at the number 3 spot this week, we have a mod that was taken very seriously in a way that doesn't take Skyrim seriously. You know exactly what I mean in 1 second. This is Modern Weapons V80, a brand new mod that I covered actually a couple weeks back but received tons of new updates and tons of new weapons. There's now 239 weapons with this mod here. And the mod page reads that a rift in space and time allowed modern weapons to enter Skyrim's world. This mod is basically a simple staff remesh and resound skin mod that makes staves act as firearms. All firearms are upgradable to supercharged versions that will have a huge ammo capacity. And like I said, 239 weapons, but there's probably way more because this list is absolutely massive. And the thing that I actually like about this mod as opposed to the previous updates is it's actually a lot harder to craft the actual weapon that you'd like. So if you wanted to do this in a normal playthrough and have this mod enabled, it would take you a while of crafting and actually getting up and grinding to actually get the weapon that you want. And I like that because these weapons are completely overpowered, and if you were going to run this in a load order, it should take some time to get the weapon of your choice, just so the reward's a lot better. In this mod, you have to craft all of the different parts of the weapon itself before you can actually craft the weapon. This includes the barrel, the externals, the frame, the internals, the receiver, as well as the weapon kit. And once you have all 6 of those, you'll have to assemble them into parts 1 and 2 that will then build up for the specific weapon that you desire to make at the forge. You can then combine these 2 parts with a weapon's blueprint and a few gold coins, or a lot of gold coins, depending on the ammo size and power of the weapons that you choose to make, and all of these weapons require soul gems to function. However, Smart Mage at the College of Winterhold created a power modification to these weapons, so now any weapon that you can get your hands on will have the possibility to be upgraded. They can also be supercharged at the Skyforge in Whiterun due to the Forge's legendary magical powers, and the price of upgrading your favorite weapons will be the weapon itself, 1 black soul gem, or 100 common soul gems. And then the magic forms back into your weapon, and it's like a pack-a-punched version in a way, which is a supercharged firearm that will have a huge capacity, and you won't need to worry about reloading them for a while, as these firearms will be a great new way to have companions use weapons more efficiently, and not have to worry about them running out of ammo too fast in the midst of battle. And as you saw as I was scrolling down the list of all the different weapons that you can craft, you have grenade launchers, RPGs, you have grenades that you can actually just throw yourself, tons of different pistols like the Desert Eagle. You also have tons of different rifles and snipers, as well as LMGs that you can use. I know there was the RPD that I saw in there. You have the AWP from Counter-Strike, some Half-Life weapons, and even some weapons from Halo. As you can see, I have the Needler. So this must have taken so much effort to actually port into Skyrim and make work properly, so that's why I said it's a mod that took itself very seriously in a way that doesn't take Skyrim seriously, and I absolutely love it. So if you want to wreak havoc on your next playthrough of Skyrim and just completely decimate all your enemies with any weapon that you can imagine, whether it's from Call of Duty, Half-Life, Halo, you name it, then Modern Weapons V80 is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out, so go download it and wield some of these badass new weapons for yourself. Coming in at the number 2 spot this week, we have a brand new overhaul to Markarth's exterior. This is the Markarth Outskirts mod. Now the mod page reads that this is a complete overhaul of the Markarth Outskirts and also includes the mod creator's previous Salvius Farm overhaul. The whole area between Salvius Farm and the Markarth main doors has been entirely reworked, and the mod also doesn't edit Markarth's inner city, except for really minor changes. And the main purpose of this mod was to add more consistency to that area and bring more Dwemer lore to the Reach's major city. Nords are now collecting and even trying to use Dwemer technology, trading companies are here to trade goods, the mountain's Dwemer ruins are now used by Nords as a temple, and the old Dwemer Dam is used as a Thieves Guild outpost. Now there's so many changes that have been added to the outside of Markarth within this mod that I'll just let you see some of them for yourself, so let's start a brief little tour and I'll show you all around the new Markarth Outskirts mod. Now, as you can see, there's so many changes that have been added within this Markarth Outskirts mod. There's so many new interiors to explore and new people to talk to and traders to interact with. I absolutely love what this mod brings to Markarth. So if you're looking for a brand new overhaul to the exterior of Markarth and you want to keep all of your other mods that edit the interior, then the Markarth Outskirts mod is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out. So go download it and spruce up the outside of your Markarth for yourself. Coming in at the number 1 spot this week, we have a brand new beautiful weather mod called the Wonders of Azurite, a weather and sky bundle. Now the mods that are actually included within this weather mod pack here, you have Azurite weathers of course, then you also have the Obsidian Mountain Fogs, Cathedral Weathers and Seasons, Arctic Moon, the Wonders of Weather, and MIWP, or More Immersive Weather Particles. Now this bundle came about through many hours of the mod creator experimenting with different mods, and many of which were their regular favorites that they often use in their load orders. And the main weather mod within this mod pack here, of course, is the Azurite Weathers, which the mod author describes as a simple weather mod. This mod is just one of my personal favorites, and the weather effects in sky, either during day or night, are simply stunning. The mod author then goes on to say that Cathedral Weathers, which is also included in here, was founded on the culminations of the 2 most prolific weather authors, and it's a demonstration of what can be achieved when the modding community cooperates and shares openly with each other. After that, with the Obsidian Mountain Fogs, this increases the volumetric mountain clouds, providing both depth and mystery to the mountain ranges of Skyrim. And it's one of the mod creators' favorite mods to include in this pack, and they use it in every single one of their load orders. After that, with the Wonders of Weather mod, this adds rain splashes, shooting stars, and rainbows, and Arctic Moon replaces Nirn's 2 moons with a more conventional, luminescent lunar body. Finally, you have the MIWP, or More Immersive Weather Particles, and this mod just adjusts weather to be a little more immersive. Now this is a brilliantly put together mod pack here that completely changes the looks of Skyrim. You know, I normally use the Mythical Ages weather overhaul, and I've been using that for as long as I can remember, but once I switched over and started testing this mod, I noticed the change immediately. But all in all, if you like the looks of these weathers, then I'd strongly recommend downloading the Wonders of Azurite and adding it to your next playthrough of Skyrim. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can join our Discord. I'll be sure to leave the Discord link in the description as well as the pinned comment so you can join us on there and leave mod suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later.